Hello everyone, I missed all of you. Thank you for those of you sticking with me during this transition while I don't have a lot of time to post. So I really wanted to come out and do a reading today. I will say, for those of you who are looking to stay more connected with me, I'm more active on my TikTok channel, which is Anunnaki Starseed. I can leave a link to that page below. Because TikTok has a shorter time span, it's a lot easier for me to produce a 3-minute video than it is for me to channel an entire reading. So I am more active on TikTok for those of you who are looking to stay more in contact with me. But for those of you who are new here, welcome to Mermaid Tales. And again, for my day ones who have been here for the past couple years since I had this channel, thank you for sticking with me, and I miss all of you. So the title of this reading is going to be just what your fortune is at the moment. I think I'm going to title it like a psychic predicts your fortune. So what I'm going to do is I already pulled some cards, so I'm going to channel the energy from these cards, and I also want to get started with pulling a fortune. I have like 5 fortunes that I just got out of fortune cookies, and I'm going to pull those to begin your reading. So let's just go ahead and dive into this reading. I know you can't really see from the angle, so I do recommend you go back to the beginning of the videos to take a deeper look at the piles to see which one resonates with you. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the first pile. All right, so hello to everyone attracted to pile number 1. This is just going to be your reading where a psychic predicts your fortune. Now, I resonate with a lot of other titles in psychic, but that's just the one that came to me when I was thinking of the title for this reading. So I'm going to start by actually picking a fortune out of this jar. I got these from just regular fortune cookies. So let's see which one for you, pile number 1. Okay, so this says, if you're feeling down, try throwing yourself into work. I know you can't see that too clearly. So for me, this feels a little bit like creator's block, writer's block. Like many of you may be feeling bogged down. There's really heavy energies in the collective right now. There's some kind of pregnancy energy I'm seeing for some of you. So, and it doesn't just have to be pregnancy for all of you, like a physical pregnancy. A lot of the times that pregnancy energy can come into your life when you're sort of giving birth to something, meaning there's something that you're creating. It may not be full-fledged, created and manifested, but it could just be an idea. So lots of mental activity going on. And I feel like you all have something, like there's something that wants to be created, that wants to be produced, but you're going back and forth about it. You're thinking a lot about it. You're trying to perfect it. You're trying to figure out the best way to do this thing. And your message, your fortune is just to throw yourself into some kind of work, and a work that you want to do, right? It doesn't mean like working some kind of job where you don't feel any kind of satisfaction and it's just stressful. Throw yourself into some kind of work that's meaningful for you. Now, you have a lot going on in this reading, too, pile number 1s. You had the most amount of cards come out, so let's go ahead and see. So your first card is Broken Heart. We have the Walking Away card, but I feel like with this Walking Away card right next to a broken heart, you all are walking, a big part of your life experience right now is walking away from a situation that caused you some kind of heartbreak. It could have been heartbreaking just to walk away from this situation. This was a person, place, or situation that had broke your heart. Now, the important thing about heartbreaks is to just let your heart break completely open. A lot of people get stuck in that energy of heartbreak, and it's hard for them to move forward. But when we experience heartbreaks, it cracks us open a bit and makes us more sensitive. So you are walking away from a situation that had broke or was breaking your heart, and it was just heartbreaking walking away from this. And this is so interesting because look what came out right next to that. So woman holding heart. So I love this card because as you can see, there's lots of chips to this heart over here. Like it looks like almost like an apple that someone carved little hearts onto. Now, I love this energy for you, pile number 1s, because it's not until after you walk away from person, place, or situation that had broke or was breaking your heart that you feel this greater sense of wholeness and completion within yourself. A lot of the times we experience heartbreaks, and as though, even though they can feel really agonizing, it can be a gift. And I don't say that lightly. Heartbreaks suck, they really do. And it's easier for us to sort of look at the person, place, or situation that's breaking our heart without sympathy, without really being able to move forward. But once you walk away from this energy of heartbreak, for some of you, you could have been. So it's interesting, pile number ones, because as I'm trying to channel this energy of walking away, I keep finding myself getting frustrated, feeling an energy of frustration. It's happening in my reality because there's a siren going by, and every time I'm trying to say something, every time I'm trying to channel this energy, this siren just starts blaring, and I'm waiting for it to pass by. I'm waiting for it to go, but it would seem like every time I opened my mouth, that siren went off and it stopped me, right? So the important message about walking away is that there's movement that's needed. You know, it's not just simply walking away once. So I feel like when it came to this heartbreak, you all tried to make things work. You tried to be the bigger person. You tried to bring people together. You tried to be more loving, show compassion towards this person. But again, strong energy that it's not until you fully walk away from this heartbreaking situation that you feel this energy of the woman holding heart. You feel more complete within yourself. You feel more self-love. Like I was saying about the heartbreaks, it's a relationship, right? If you feel like someone is breaking your heart, there's some kind of dynamic, there's some kind of relationship. And a lot of people wait in that energy of heartbreak to get closure. They're waiting for that, sort of like I was saying with the siren, they're waiting for that siren to go by. They're waiting for that warning sign, that sense of vulnerability, that dreadful heartbreak energy. They're waiting for it to go by. So for many of you, you could have been trying to walk away from a heartbreaking situation, but it kept coming back into your life. It kept rippling in your life. But the positive thing I see as far as what your fortune is you stepping into this energy. Woman holding heart. This is how fully you step into this energy has to do with how you were able to release yourself of this heartbreak. Let's see what else comes out for you. So you also have the Memories of Atlantis card that came out. It says spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. I love that there's like a gateway here, and then you see an Ankh. And you also have the Holy Grail card that came out. It says inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek. So I'm going to go ahead and read these two cards before moving on to the other ones. When it comes to this Memories of Atlantis, I feel like this is really speaking to the memories of the heartbreak. What I feel that you all have been going through lately is memories of people, places, situations that hurt you, that broke your heart, kept really popping into your mind. And as humans, we have this instinct to push it down. Like when we think about someone who broke our heart, when we think about a situation that didn't quite work out the way we wanted to, there's this instinct to push it down, to try to force ourselves not to think about it. But that's not always the most helpful thing to do, because these memories are coming back up for a reason. They're coming back up so that they can be processed. So that's what I feel like you're going through. So if memories keep popping into your mind, you're still in this energy of trying to walk away from a situation, but not fully being out of its grasp. And understanding the lesson behind what happened is also really important when it comes to processing some kind of heartbreak. So I love that this card says inner discovery and finding sacredness, because this is exactly what happened on this journey, right? For many of you, I feel like this was a relationship. It could have been a romantic relationship, but I do feel like this could also have been family situation. This could have been a situation with a friend. This was just someone that you tried to make things work with, really hard. Like there's some kind of obligation you feel to this person. You try to really make things work, and it just was not working out. And that's because it wasn't really meant to work out. You were always meant to walk away from this person, place, or situation. Okay, so pile number one, let me tell you, there was a lot of interference in your reading. I was playing the music in the background on my laptop, the charger died, and I feel like there's a larger message for you all, which is why I'm bringing it into your reading. I feel like this heartbreak was a lot more complicated than just one situation and just trying really hard to walk through this situation. What complicated this was the fact that I feel like you all made some kind of declaration. You made some kind of declaration that you would never walk away from this person, place, or situation. You made some kind of oath to this person, place, or situation. And that's what makes walking away so hard, right? When we make these kind of oaths to a person, it becomes contractual. It becomes very karmic at that point. We start to forge energetic bonds between ourselves and that person, place, or situation. So I feel like it was something that you told yourself you wouldn't do, that you wouldn't walk away, you wouldn't give up on this, you'd never leave. And that's what makes walking away from this so hard, right? But again, so it is heartbreaking to walk away from this, but you can only move into this energy of the woman holding heart when you do, right? So the big part of your fortune is just feeling this obligation to this person, place, or situation, and just refusing, because you would feel like walking away was giving up or letting somebody else win, but it's not. It was in your fortune. It was always meant for you to walk away from this so that you can find that inner discovery yourself, so that you can become who you are meant to be. For many of you, I feel like this is past life too. There could have been lifetimes where you maintained this bond to this person, place, or situation. Just a refusal to let each other go. This declaration, I would never let go. I would never give up. So the other card that came up for you is Inner Earth. So another reference to this inner peace, your inner self, inner discovery. It says base chakra, strength and security, laying foundation. So for many of you, this was people that you grew up with, and that's what that root chakra is. It could be family, but again, it could be it's just some kind of loved one, whether that's a romantic partner or whether that's a family member. I feel like there was those beginning years really forged a bond between you and this person or individual, and that's again what made it so difficult to walk away. The final two cards you have the Page of Cups, and then I want to show you that you also have the Knight of Cups. I want to read these two cards together because it talks about a maturation with your emotions. So long as you were stuck, like, even though I feel like there was this really strong bond you had with this person was toxic in your life, and you knew that this person was toxic in your life. But because you had that bond, this person could have thought in their mind, oh, this person will never walk away. This person needs me, you know? It's almost like that's how they saw you. And this person could have subconsciously or consciously been pushing you away and doing really toxic things to you, taking your love for granted, taking your presence for granted, because they just felt like you would never walk away from them. So this is really going to depend on where you are in your stage of life, whether you've already walked away from this person, whether you're in this state of self-discovery. But it is in your fortune to walk away from this person, place, or situation so that you can reach this level of independence on your own. That's how you break free. I feel like you all have been feeling, anytime you're feeling really weighed down, really bound, I really do feel like that has a lot to do with this person. This person threw a lot of toxic energy, a lot of negative energy your way, and that's just because your energies didn't match up. There was a time when you both could have been really dependent on one another, but this friction, it was meant for you two to separate in this life. So that's all I have for your reading, pile number one. Please do let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, hello everyone attracted to pile number two. This is going to be your reading. This is just going to be a entitled "A Psychic Predicts Your Fortune." So let's go ahead and look into the cards to see what your fortune has in store for you, pile number twos. All right, so you didn't have very many cards come out, but the cards that you had were pretty powerful. So you have Rest and Rejuvenation. And the other card from the Energy Oracle is Man Holding Coin. So I want to read both of these cards together. I feel like manifestation is a huge part of your life. So there's likely a time in your life where you felt lack, you felt struggle, you felt scarcity, because it's in your fortune to learn how to manifest wealth, to learn how to manifest abundance. And in order to do that, you have to figure out where it comes from. This is something that comes from within. There's a lot of people trying to match the frequency of fortune, luck, abundance, wealth on the outside without understanding that they first have to feel these things within themselves. So learning how to center yourself, learning how to meditate, learning how to make space for serenity and calm, and treating yourself and nurturing yourself, loving yourself, feeling that abundance from within really is key to manifestation. But it's in your fortune to manifest wealth, to be able not just manifest wealth, manifest those things in life that you desire. That's within your fortune, pile number twos. Let's see the other cards. So you also have Hathor light codes. It says light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. So something else that's in your fortune, pile number two, is to go through a major life transformation. I feel like, again, I'm getting a rags to riches, started from the bottom kind of energy, where you first had to experience what lack and what poverty and what scarcity felt like. And for many of you, you could have had negative beliefs about money passed down to you. And it was very important for you to be able to defy these things, for you to be able to figure out what wealth and what fortune means to you first, to redefine it. Actually, that's a better way of stating it. You had to redefine what wealth and fortune meant to you, because where you were raised in, you were just raised and it felt so out of reach. It felt like only a certain amount of people were able to live like that and not you. But it is in your fortune in this life to really attract a great amount of wealth, and learning how to do it. And in order to do that, you have to go through these major spiritual upgrades. That's why you have this light code card here as well. In addition to really upgrading your physical life, you also are meant to upgrade your spiritual life and your mental life as well, because we cannot really shift from an energy of lack to abundance without having a shift in our mindset. So all of these things are meant to upgrade when it comes to your life. Now, that's almost half of your cards. Very quick reading, very straightforward. I know this seems very straightforward, but I feel like in your life it didn't feel really straightforward. But once you're able to master this state, how to center yourself, this really is such a great skill that everyone should learn. No matter what's going on in your world, no matter what someone is saying to you, no matter what has been done to you, being able to return to your center, being able to not take offense to life experiences and accept them. Because a lot of people with your energy, even though they're meant to upgrade and step more into this wealthy lifestyle, they can start to really hate people with wealth. When you are born in poverty and scarcity, you can really push all of your resentment towards those who have the resources and towards those who have the wealth. And some of people in your energy may stay stuck in that. So long as your mindset is stuck in looking at people who are wealthy as them and looking at yourself as your other, you cannot match that frequency and that vibration, because you're naturally separating yourself from that. You're considering yourself to be distinct from those people. So there really are mindset shifts that you have to go through in order to do this. So it isn't so simple and straightforward, but if you find that you're still in the energy of struggling for money, learning how to find your center, learning how to come to terms with people, places, and situations in your life really is important. really, really is important to live in this abundant life that you are destined to live. It is in your fortune. Okay, let's see what else is in your fortune. So we have the Tower card here. So it is also in your fortune to experience this rock bottom kind of energy. Now what this looks like for me is, this looks like someone who made it initially out of the energy of poverty. You know, maybe they doubled their wealth and it's nowhere near where you are going to reach, but maybe you double your wealth, you get a taste of money, and then you get thrown down. It can look like starting a business and it's really successful, and then next thing you know, it's like bankrupt and you can barely keep the lights on and keep the doors open, or having a job where you're making a lot of money and suddenly that doesn't work out and now you're struggling again. So I feel like there's also some kind of point in your life where you reach, and you don't reach the full extent of wealth that you are meant to, but it's almost like the universe gives you a taste of what abundance is like. Very trial and error kind of energy that you have here, pile number 2, so that's in your fortune. It doesn't mean that you're constantly going to vacillate between having a lot of money and not having anything at all. It just means that there is going to be a point in your life where you reach this rock bottom, right? Where you feel like you're on the up and up, and then next thing you know, things seem like they're crashing down. All the money that you earned has been taken away or been stripped away, or you had to spend it or something. But it's only temporary, right? The thing about the Tower energy, a lot of people are very afraid of this Tower energy, but we have to go experience it, right? Because if you really look at the bottom of this card, this Tower is not built on a stable foundation. It's built on a very shaky foundation. So if they were to have kept building this tower, it would have fell eventually as well, right? So this could have also looked like going into business with the wrong people, and maybe you make a little bit of wealth, but then something happens. Maybe there's some kind of betrayal or some kind of letdown. It all happened for a reason. It happened because wherever you were building that wealth, there was either something that you needed to learn, maybe you needed more of a mindset shift in order to really get you to where you needed to go. But let's see what else. So we also have the Two of Pentacles. This reminds me of that energy as well, that balancing act. So I do feel like that vacillation between, it's almost like you're just learning how to become financially stable. And in order to do that, sometimes it does feel like a juggling act, because what happens when someone who doesn't have a lot, and this is just deeply embedded in the biology of a human being, when we don't have a lot, when we grow up and we don't have a lot, this is why people become hoarders and people hoard stuff, right? It's the Ebenezer Scrooge kind of energy too. When you grow up with extreme lack, it's very easy to, once you get money, to want to spend it all, and just you jump into this lifestyle, and the next thing you know, you're living above your means. So it's just finding that balance, juggling in the beginning. Maybe you vacillate between having some money and then you're broke again, but that's okay, because you're finding your balance. It's reminding me of this card too, with finding your center. This is not just an internal need to find your center. This also helps you in the outer world as well, right? So even when you're on the up and up, still being able to find your center. A lot of people just pray and they wish for manifestation when they're at their lowest, and then when they get high, all of this goes out the door, right? It's learning how to balance those energies. And then the final card you have is the Hangman. So again, pile number 2s. It is in your fortune to live a wealthy life, but I cannot stress enough that a mindset shift is needed. You have this coming out twice with this Hathor card, and then you have it here with the Hangman card as well. You were taught some things about money, wealth, and abundance that just will not benefit you when you reach that stability, right? And you will know that you've reached the stability because you're not in this balancing energy anymore. And again, I do feel like all of this comes after a Tower moment. So there is a moment in your life where you feel like you're finally making money and things come crashing down. Maybe you need to, that's why it's also very important to remain humble and remain centered, right? Because I feel like with this Tower moment, you all may have been like, oh, like I have this money, I'm not going to need anyone for anything anymore. And then this tower situation happens and now you need to reach out for money. Now you need a loan or something like that. So that's what I see for you. I'm also realizing that I did not pull your fortune in the beginning. So I'm going to pull a fortune for you. I have some fortunes inside of this little trinket over here. I'm going to pull a fortune for you, but I first want to make sure I channeled all of the energies. Yes. Okay, let's see. So let's pick a fortune. These are just literally from some fortune cookies that I had. Okay. It says, I don't know if you can see it, so I'm just going to read it. It says, I am always doing that which I cannot do in order that I may learn how to do it. So I think this is a very strange way of wording that you're constantly recreating yourself, constantly learning new skills. That's going to be something that's important in your life as well, especially when it comes to acquiring this wealth. A lot of people want to do one thing and get really good at it, and I feel like for you all, that's something that could have triggered this first tower moment, when you're in this situation and you feel like you know everything there is to know about it, and this business is going one way, but then suddenly there may not be a demand for that kind of business or that kind of job or that kind of employment anymore, and now you need to go and learn a new skill. Now you need to shift, right? It's not just a shift in mindset. You all may shift careers frequently. You may shift jobs. So this is just constantly learning new skills, becoming a jack of all trades, constantly creating, so that you can find that sense of balance and stability, because it is in your fortune to reach that financial freedom, to reach that financial stability. But that's all I have for your reading, pile number twos. Please do let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, last but not least, we have pile number three. This is going to be your reading. The title of this reading is A Psychic Predicts Your Fortune. So let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for you, pile number threes. You had quite a few cards come out. First, I'm going to go ahead and read the energy oracle cards. You had like 6 of these. The rest of the cards maybe had like 2 or 3 of these energy oracle cards come out. You had 6, and I feel like that has to do with the fact that you are meant to change energies a lot during this life. I'm hearing chameleon, like the chameleon, that chimera kind of energy. You are made of lots of different energies. There's a lunar aspect to your energy, just like the moon changes in different phases. I feel like you will change in different phases of your life, and that's something that you are meant to do. Contrary to popular belief, everyone is not meant to just be the same way their entire life. You are meant to change. You are meant to be very changeable. So never let someone make you feel bad for changing and for embodying lots of different energies. So let's go ahead and see what your cards say. So the first card that came out is strategy. So I'm being alerted to this feather. You all may have been seeing feathers, and if you do, that's usually an angel sign. So when you see an angel sign like a feather or some kind of duplication in numbers like 222, 333, pay attention to your thoughts, your surroundings, and what you're doing in that moment, because the angels the favor realm, they love to communicate like that. And you're meant to communicate with them and to understand those hidden codes and hidden geometry and messages in this life. That's part of your fortune. So let's see. You have this hostilities card. So there are some obstacles that you face in this life. There are some people lots of haters, right? There's lots of haters. There's lots of people who try to make you doubt yourself, especially when it comes to that changeable nature of your energy. Make you doubt yourself, make you doubt what you're doing, make you second guess. So I feel like that's caused a defensive kind of energy in you. All right, let's see what's next. The indecision card also came out, and again, sort of like what I was saying, for many of you, you're in this state of indecision because there are people who have these ideas of how they believe your life should be going, you should be living your life, and that often makes you second guess your natural instinct, your intuition. But like I said in the beginning, You have this gift and ability to really communicate with the unseen realm, to see behind the veil. So you have to trust your intuition. I heard someone describe it as trusting their first voice, and I really love that. Learn to trust your first voice. Learn to trust your intuition. Because there will be people, places, situations, there's just energies, right? I feel like there's an energy of confusion around you, and this is in your fortune, not because it's like something bad or negative, but just for you to be aware of, to be aware that there are people who would try to confuse your energy and bring you into this state of indecision. That's why it's very, very necessary to be strategic and to learn how to trust your own inner guide, your own intuition, that gut feeling that you have, because I know you have it, pile number 3s. The angels communicate with you, higher beings, your higher guides communicate with you. You have like this, the way my guides are describing it is like you have this internal compass where you naturally know which way to go. And sometimes the path that you venture onto, other people are like, what are you doing? Why are you going there? Why is this the next thing that you're deciding to do? Just, again, people trying to instill doubt. And it's not necessarily their fault, even though they're coming out like this hostile kind of energy. They just can't see what you see, and they can't understand life the way that you do. So that's why they try to cause you to doubt yourself. All right. You also have Archangel Ariel. So like I said, very connected to the angelic realm, very connected to the Fae realm. Archangel Ariel, and here they have her governing that second chakra, so that sacral chakra, right? Yeah, governing the sacral chakra that has a lot to do with creativity. So you get a lot of creative nudges too. And I feel like these creative nudges pull you to change paths, to change directions, and people are looking at you like, what is wrong with you? Why are you changing so much? Why are you going here and moving here? But there's nothing wrong with you, pile number 3s, okay? But again, there is also a message to be strategic about it, because I do feel like sometimes you do, with this indecision, sometimes you do change because someone instilled doubt, or someone did something or said something, and now it's making you doubt that this thing is a good fit for you. So just, again, be strategic about the way you live your life. Follow your intuition. That's the main part of your fortune, of what I'm seeing in your life, is learning how to distinguish your intuition from the voice of doubt, from the voice of confusion, from the voice of indecision. That's going to be so, so important. Okay. And the final card is Door to Romance. And look, the number 33, I was just talking about angel numbers. So it is also in your fortune to have a very beautiful, very romantic love. But just like how you see this heart is in a cage and there's like a key to open it, you have the key to open your heart. But I feel like there's stages and levels that you must go through before this can happen. So you are gonna, some of you may, I feel like this energy is different for who it is listening to this. But there's something that changes a lot. Some of you may change jobs a lot. Some of you may change relationships a lot. Just this big energy of things changing. But for all of you, I feel like this is a twin flame kind of pile, and again, twin flame does not mean that you're this half of a person and the other half of your heart or half of your soul exists. Twin flames are the same soul, they're whole. Every soul is whole in the way that it is meant to be. So I feel like you are a twin flame, so you feel that sense of longing. You feel like there is someone who, I feel like it would have been you would have been disappointed and dissatisfied in relationships when you don't feel that big spark, because you know it's there and you know it's possible to feel. So searching for that twin flame, uniting with your twin flame is also something I see in your fortune. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of your cards. Okay, very interesting. You have this initiation kind of card that came out. It says Halls of Amenti Initiation, Secrets Revealed, Treasure Uncovered Initiation. So exactly like I said in the beginning, you see this triangle. You all may have been seeing this figure of a triangle, which is the most primal symbol. This triangle is a symbol that begins begins all of sacred geometry. Every shape that we can ever imagine comes from this triangular kind of energy. So you are connected to very deep, very ancient knowledge and understanding and divinity. So that is a part of your fortune, to connect with these hidden realms, like I said. So that's why it's so important to connect with your intuition, because you are guided by the Most High, right? You are guided by that eternal goddess energy, that void kind of energy that created all of existence, right? So when you are connected to that energy, when you're understanding which direction you're being pulled into, then you feel whole, you feel complete, you feel stable. But when you're not connected with your intuition, and maybe you're listening, you're seeking so much advice from the people around you instead of your own inner guide, that's when this energy of indecision and confusion comes in. And that's when this hostility energy comes in, when you're feeling really defensive, like you have to defend your actions, defend what you're doing, defend what you're saying. So initiation is also something that's in your fortune. You are meant to be initiated into very ancient spiritual rites. And it looks like for many of you, this may happen after some kind of twin flame union. It could happen in the stages where you're leading up to it, is what I'm hearing. So if you feel like you are having dreams, especially you see this checker kind of energy, that black and white checker, another ancient kind of symbology that's out there. When you're seeing and understanding that those ancient symbols, seeing a lot of that, then that may also be a sign that you're approaching this twin flame union. But I do feel like this is something that you all have to work for in this life. Like, not that you per se have to work for it and earn it. It's just like saying that there's strategy, there's steps that you need to take first. Because it's like your entire life, what's in your fortune that I'm seeing, pile number 3, is like it's like your entire life is this initiation. Just like you're constantly changing energies, every time you do, you're being initiated into a new rite. You all may have a lot of different spirit animals that come to work with you. Just a lot of energies come and work with your soul. Okay, let's see the final tarot cards, and then I'll pull one of the fortunes from this little trinket that I have. So you have the Ace of Wands card. I feel like, again, this has to do with work for many of you. You are going to have a lot of new beginning, a lot of new opportunities when it comes to work. Never think that something, even if it's the case that you get detoured from something, or you leave something, or you push something away because someone makes you doubt yourself or doubt your place in that new job or that new career. Understand that all happens with a reason too. You can never choose wrong, right? Even when you're not following your intuition, you're still going to be guided back to where you need to be. You can just look at it like a detour, right? In those moments where maybe someone's instilling doubt, you are feeling like you're being really indecisive because you want to make sure that you're making the right decision, the correct decision. A lot of you stress yourselves out a lot from trying to make sure that you're making the right decision. There's not just one right decision, right? There is a path that you can go on, the path of least resistance. But even if you go down the detour that takes you maybe 4 or 5 months off of your path, that doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision, because there's still lessons that were learned there. There's still skills that you picked up there, right? So there really is no wrong way that you can go. And then your final card is a Magician. I love that this card came out in the end, because you really are wonderful manifestors. So again, a big part of your fortune pile number 3 is learning how to answer, learning how to listen to that inner voice, learning to let that inner compass guide you, and also learning about your own sacred magic, about your manifestation abilities. You have all the tools. The thing about this Magician card is the Magician has all the tools that they need in order to manifest all the things that they want. So that's something that's available for you too, pile number 3s. You just have to, again, like I said, Trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself. And I know that's difficult to do because there have been so many people in your life that have worked really, really hard. Even disembodied energies. So not just physical people. I feel like there are disembodied energies that have also tried to push you out of your purpose. And again, at the highest level, these energies are connected with you to help to, every time you are confused and someone pushes you away from something you really want to do, it's just like it adds fuel so that when you do find your voice, find a way how to strategically stay in that energy of when you're listening to your inner compass, it's going to make you hold on to that even stronger. It's strengthening your power of will, essentially. Okay. So that's all I have for the cards. Last, I'm going to go ahead and pick a fortune for you, and then we'll wrap up this reading. This one says, if you're feeling down, try throwing yourself into work. Now, again, that came out in pile number 1, I believe. I feel like the message behind that is just focusing on work that's meaningful for you, you know, that purpose, that great purpose, that drive, because you are connected to a sense of purpose. That's where your inner compass is leading you. So even if you're vacillating between, you know, going from job to job, there's still a reason. There's still something you're absorbing in that situation. It's still connected to your purpose. And then you have the other card that came out in pile number 2, or the other fortune. It says, I am always doing that which I cannot do in order that I may learn how to do it. So what this basically means is trying new skills. It's perfect fit for what I said. So you're someone who's very ambitious. You like learning new things. You like going out of your comfort zone. And if you don't, then that's a sign that you may really be weighed down by these energies, pushing you down, preventing you, scaring you out of getting out of your comfort zone. But it's in your fortune to really try new things, really get out of your comfort zone, really tap into this initiation energy, especially when it comes to spirituality. Okay, so that's all I have for your reading, pile number 3s. Please do let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you, and I'll see you all in the next one.